Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome everybody back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. My name is Garlic Bread, and today we are doing a little bit of a run. Actually, let's get out of this and let's go to the main menu so I can show you. So we got forklifts for the cargo. We're going from Stuttgart to Eastbourne, and I think that's not mistaken. I think that's I forgot what it is now. Isn't that sad? So we are here. So we're in Germany and Denmark. There we go. We're gonna go right up here to the tippy top, and that's where we're going. And it's gonna be worth about 35,000. So that's what we did. So that's where we're going. Hopefully, eventually, right? So it's raining. It's the time is 23:34. That's the time, and it's a Wednesday. So they're saying we're due there Thursday at 13:52. So that is what they're stating. I got the steering wheel a little bit better. I raised the degree of rotation an extra 25 degrees, and it seems to help out just a little bit. I am still a little, what I've been noticing is that it could be maybe the computer, or not the computer, but it could be just the delay. But there is a delay from when I turn the steering wheel to when the game actually gets it. So, you know, that could be a you know, it could be just because of that. But I think I got it at least a little better. Of course, right when I take it out of fifth gear. But I figured. Did I do any damage? I don't think so. No damage. Alright. What I will do is I will take that off. We do need gas, and we are gonna need to rest. So this is gonna turn into a two-parter. And I don't know what happened to the other last parter. I'm kind of glad that it did went complunk on me, but at the same time I really didn't, because I spent so long editing it and all that. So, you know, unfortunately, that's how it goes. So that's what we're hauling, some forklifts, and we got the green light to go. So that is what we're gonna do. And but I don't know what happened to with that guardrail. I really don't know what happened, and you know, I wish I knew, but that really messed me up. So that's what happened, and so I'm gonna finish my talk with the CB lingo with this one, and you know, and go on. So we finished off with channel 9, which is the emergency channel. The other emergency code that you need to know as a gear jammer or as a CB user is this one, and it's if someone comes on the radio and says I have a 1033, a 1033 means that they have either they have an emergency or they have an emergency message to pass along. So either to someone that might be able to get a hold of 911 services, or someone that, whatever the case may be, maybe get a message across, to maybe a loved one or something. And the best example like I can give you is, look it up on YouTube. I can guarantee you it's on YouTube. It's not going to be the full movie because of copyright issues. But they probably will have a scene, and it's from Convoy, and there's this trucker. He's African American, and his wife is starting to have his kid. So as his way back home, he gets pulled over for some bogus charge. Cops beat him up really bad. And one of the janitors that was working in the jail cell, he sends out a message to the rubber duck, or to pretty much all truckers. And as it was coming back from where he was to, throwing it down the line, you hear each one of them say, I have a 1033, repeat, a 1033. Spider Mike, which was his handle, has been hurt really bad. He's been beat up, and they locked him in jail. I need this to go west. So any truckers going west will pick up that message, and it is, I don't know if it's state law, I don't know, but it is your responsibility to make sure that that message gets passed, or to complete that message. So if the message says, I have a 1033, this is the message, call 911 or get help, whatever the case may be, it is your responsibility to do that. So, whenever you hear that, do it. It might just be someone's life on the other line, or hanging in the balance. So, do that, and make sure you bring it down the road. So when the next trucker gets it, he's gonna do same thing, 1033, whatever it is. In this case, Spider Mike's been arrested, been beaten up pretty bad. He needs help. Any truckers going eastbound until that message gets to wherever it needs to go at that time. So keep that in mind. Also, a couple of ones to know is suicide jockey, which pretty much means anybody that's hauling, pretty much anybody hauling explosives or anything that can explode. They call them suicide jockeys. Pigpen is another. It's kind of like a handle, but at the same time, it's also used as a term, and that is somebody that's hauling live animals. It could be pigs. It's typically pigs, but pigs, horses, goats, all that. So that's what that could mean. Evil Knievel What that means is there's a police officer on a motorcycle. Bubblegum machine. What it just means is, the blue lights on top of their cars. So there's so many different different lingos and codes out there that a lot of people may not know. So just keep in mind, if you use these lingos, not everyone may understand you, so you might have to either explain yourself, or you just might have to just not use the codes at all and just talk however you normally talk. So just keep that in mind. One things that have changed, and have changed for sure, is in the movies and back in the day, you heard these truckers say, 10-4, good buddy, and all that. Whoa! All that. And nowadays, back then it used to mean, friend or acquaintance. Now it means, I don't know exactly how to say this without it sounding, mean, not even mean, but just like downgrading. It means gay, pretty much. Either you are, or the person you're talking to, or both of you are. So, and at first I didn't understand it. When I jumped on the CB, I was telling everybody good buddy and all that, and they sat there and just looked at me like, what are you talking about? And I didn't know until I looked it up. I got home and I looked it up, and nowadays that's what it means. So now it's just 10-4 or whatever the case may be. So it's a little more different than it was back in the day. 1013 1013 just means, what's the weather. Over your shoulder is, what's going on behind you, stuff like that. Keep the rubber on the road just means, keep all tires on the road. Don't go flip your rig. This is not really CB lingo, but it's also a way to kind of help you out on the road. Is if you hear somebody say that I jackknifed, what that means is that they Jesus Christ, they always get me. Somebody's got the truck at a 90-degree angle, so the trailer is facing one way and then the tractor is 90 degrees. So that's what it means. Because that would have been bad. So that's what it means. I think I said this, I don't remember. There's so many codes, I don't even remember anymore. Meat wagon is an ambulance. Grave digger could be, somebody, in a field possession, or somebody that takes the casket, the horse pretty much. So, it's definitely, there's definitely a lot of codes and a lot of lingo out there that a lot of people just don't understand. And unfortunately, things have gotten bad, and things have changed. That's just how it is. Like this up here, would be to our right. The truck that we just passed would be livestock, so he could be possibly hauling livestock. So there's, like I said, there's just a whole bunch of stuff, all different kinds of codes. I know there's probably, gazillions more, and they're probably all online. You probably can find them online, Google them, But it's just like riding a bike. Once you use them enough, and all that, it comes, second nature to you, So, other than that, that's with the CB, A lot of people don't use CBs. You don't see them anymore. Home bases, hardly anymore. The only time you might see one is if the father or the mother is a trucker and they have a kid at home. Sometimes that's the best way to what do you call it? Sometimes it's the best way to oh Jesus, I gotta get off at this exit. Sometimes it's the best way to talk to their kids. So it's but other than that, not too many, really not too many people have CBs. If you do have a home base, the rules are a little lighter, but at the same time they're a little heavier, and that is the fact that the antenna can only be so high from your roof. So you definitely got to get the what I'm looking for, get measurements and see what is the maximum height you can have it. FCC, of course they will know, but also, this is just a little tip. When you want to say yes, say yes, or positively, positive, or if you want to say no, or say negatory. The reason is because don't use affirmative. Affirmative is just another word for 10-4. That's all it is. So you might be saying yes, but when you say, affirmative, it could be, you're saying 10-4 and you're going to get the other person you're talking to confused. Another lingo is they have them is what you call it, I forgot now, crap, see how horrible, I forgot, is it's a choking puke. It's pretty much like a it depends on exactly where. It could be a truck stop, or it could be a little bit of a restaurant, just something off the highway. And actually one of the major highways that is still in play to this year, which there's actually a couple of songs about it, and that is Route 66. And there is a song, and it's called Get Your Kicks from Route 66. That route is still used. There was a major route, and it was used by truckers, and there's only one truck stop still open for business. 2 truckers, and now they have changed it to public. is on Route 66. I don't know the exact name of it. I know it's 66 something, or Route 6, like Stop 66, something like that. But I know there is I know there is a truck stop called that. So, there's just, many different things. I gotta look up a chicken coop. I think a chicken coop means a weigh scale. So, it's many different things. And since we're on the mention of talking about trucks, there's something I like to say, just as a reminder, as we're driving these games, and people that drive these games too. Please give trucks room. Don't tailgate them, and don't try to be in the blind spot too long. But mostly, don't cut them off. Yeah, you might be stuck behind one, but at the same time, if you cut them off, that might have just been the wrong decision that you have made, and could possibly end your life. I understand you may want to get around them. They might be too slow. You might be in a rush. That's fine. But give them room. Don't just jam in front of them. I normally give them 3 to 4 car lengths. With my signal on to let them know that I am planning to turn into that lane, and then I turn. The reason is, and here's the thing is, number one, we all know trucks have air brakes. Air brakes take time to react, and that reaction time delays the time of that truck slowing down. But also, there is such a thing called inertia, and it's Newton's law. Once in motion, stays in motion until an opposite force has acted upon it. So what that means is, even at 55 miles an hour, a truck fully loaded, and you may not know what they could be carrying. They could be topping out at 14,000 tons. And that's just what they're carrying, not to mention the trailer or the tractor. It's going to take a long time for that truck to stop. A long time. And if you have to slam on your brakes for whatever reason, I'm telling you now, it's not going to end well. And, here's the thing, because the trucks are so high up, that driver in that 18-wheeler is going to survive. But you won't. And now he has to live with that. Knowing that he killed somebody because of their actions. Now, it doesn't mean that the person has a bad, he's a bad driver, or it doesn't mean that, there's not powerful brakes. It's just, that's how it works. Look at a train. A mile-long train can take up to 6 football fields to stop. It's the same thing with an 18-wheeler. Having them stop on a dime is impossible. You know, and that is, it really, it's, you know, it really hurts. You know, these guys, they're doing, you know, they're doing their living, they're paying bills, they have family, they have kids, they got a mom and dad, or not a mom, you know, they have a wife. Don't make it any harder on them. Give them room. Give them space. Because that just might determine if you and or anybody else is going to live. I said, because this is why I tell you this. When they hit those brakes, they're not just going to slide forward, everything's going to stay in line. No. What's going to happen is that trailer, and this is how 18-wheelers become jackknifed, is that their trailer skids because there's hardly any weight on those trailer tires. Most of that weight is at the front of the nose of the trailer, which is the downforce on the drive tires. What's going to happen is that either way, that trailer is going to go left or right. And once that trailer goes left or right, it's going to jackknife. Now, the only way to stop it from jackknifing will be to release the brakes, step on the gas, and straighten it out. But you're not thinking that when you have a family of 4 in a sedan stopped, and you're only 3 car lengths behind them. You know, yes, the driver's going to do everything he can to stop, either by moving to the right, moving to the left, but it just ain't going to happen. So keep that in mind, please. You know, also, you know, not to make them look bad, but at the same time, you don't know what kind of condition your truck is in. It may look pretty on the outside, but really they could have an air leak that they don't know about. And then they're going to hit those brakes and find out that they have no brakes. You talk about a scary situation. Try one of those. Even in a car is scary too. But an 18-wheeler fully loaded, it's not easy. So just keep that in mind. You know, just keep that in mind when you're on the road. I also have found something for truckers, drivers, people that drive, you know, big rigs. And I use it, even though I don't drive 18-wheelers, but I use it for my car. And all I do is replace one word. And it's called a trucker's prayer. It's a very, very good prayer. It really is. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I will try to find it. And then either because I gotta see if it's dated for copyright. Because if it is, then I won't be able to play it over. You know, I would have to then put a link in the description for to the video on YouTube. And I guarantee YouTube. I guaranteed YouTube has it because that's where I find it. So it's really easy. It's hey, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Trucker's Prayer, and it is definitely a 2 hours. Okay. We also need gas. Not what I wanted. Actually, I'm gonna get on the straight right here. I guess it don't matter now anyways. Let's see where the next gas is right up there. So we're okay, we're just gonna be coming out of Germany. So that's what I'll do. So I'll just get it right there. I'll get gas. This is where we're gonna stop. It's just above this Interstate 7. This is where we're gonna stop. So we're gonna stop, fuel up, and get some rest. So, I'll put a link in the description for it if you want to listen to it, or if there's any drivers out there that drive 18-wheelers and would like to hear it. You can even, like you said, use it for yourself, or use it when you go right before you go on the road. It is I'm gonna get it. So it is definitely what I like to say, a very good prayer. Alright, it's time for me to get out of here. I don't like how these guys are driving. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much gonna stay on this 7 for a long while. We're gonna shift it to 14. So far nothing has been said about American Truck Simulator. Okay, thank you. But yeah, so that's just me finishing up. So I'm just finished up on the CB and the CB lingo, and yeah, there it is. So, and then just a little trucker safety, same thing. Another trucker safety is if you see an 18-wheeler on the side of the road, 4 ways on, emergency flares, or emergency triangles. Move over a lane. Same thing with emergency trucks or emergency vehicles or tow trucks. Move over a lane. Give them a little bit of room. Because especially in wintertime that we are now, all it takes is, for you to slide, tap the brakes, go into a slide, and hit one of them or take them out. Same thing with the driver of an 18-wheeler. You don't know where that driver is. He could be in the cab. He could be, under his truck trying to fix it. It could be, many different things, and all you need to do is hit that trailer or that truck, that tractor, and not necessarily you have to run them over, but you could hit his vehicle so hard with the wheels well on top of him, and then he has what they call in the medical field clutch syndrome. Which means that whatever's on top of his lungs, it's so heavy that it doesn't allow his lungs to fully expand to get all the air, and each breath he takes gets harder and harder for him. So, or get his hand pinched somewhere and not be able to call for help. So, but that's just me, just something to think about. We all have been there. I know we all have, broken car on the highway, flat tire, and you just see all these cars go zooming by, and you're like, Lord Jesus. It is, it's, it's something not easy. It's definitely not easy to be a trucker or a driver, and it's even more not easy to be a wife. We're gonna get our gas. Righty tighty. Engine off. And we're gonna fill it up. It's gonna be a lot of money. Fill it up to the tip. Alright, so we filled that up. Now we're just gonna actually, before I do that, let's start the thread. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna kind of take up both lanes, if all possible. If they allow me. No, that is not gonna work. I'm gonna have to redo this a little bit better, actually. we can. Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can. Oh, really? I stalled it. Let's try this again. I was trying to get the camera in the right position. Let's try this again, shall we? Really? No, they're not gonna let us. Yeah, I might have. I should have just left it where it was. Oh well. Alright, let's see. Really? No, that was... I know that just happened. Alright, yeah, it's not gonna let me, so... I'm gonna have no choice but to do it this way. Yes, I know I'm getting tired. It wouldn't be that bad if you would allow me to do this without an issue. But, you know. Come on. Come on. Alright. Now let's see if it'll allow us to. Oh my god. Not gonna overcome. Yes, I know. Oh, come on. Alright, come on. Oh my gosh. Come on. This is taking a lot longer than I was hoping. It really is. Alright. That is where we're gonna keep it for now. Engine off. Alright guys, so this is where we're gonna leave it. If you like this video, please hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And until we finish with part 2, I'll talk to you later. Bye.